Hello and welcome to the Foster Podcast. I'm your host, Angel Foster, and I just want to go ahead and get right into it. Let's skip the pleasantries. So, I took a long ass break, obviously. I think the last episode we put out was in December. It is now August, and it's not from a lack of trying. I asked my boyfriend Montez to be on the podcast with me after another long ass break, thinking that I needed a co-host because I thought that nobody would just want to hear me talk by myself, or that I was incapable of doing it, thinking you really need someone to bounce ideas around. But in my heart of hearts, in the way I started the podcast originally, was doing it as a solo podcast. And I really enjoyed doing it with Montez. But so recently I've been on this journey of creating content and putting it out more consistently. And before, I would ask Montez to help me a lot with content. It just felt something that I just felt like I was incapable of doing by myself, and that I needed someone to help me because we just did everything together. But Montez started doing a lot of his own stuff. He's really into virtual production, and I really don't know all the scope of it, but it uses a lot of editing and Unreal Engine and things like that. And so I was really wanting him to prioritize making his own art. And through that, I started putting out my own content more consistently. And in thinking about the podcast, it made me think, okay, why don't you just get back to that original idea of doing it as a solo journey? And what really also helped reinforce that idea was I kept seeing so many girls just putting out solo podcasts. And I was like, why did you think that you couldn't do this? Literally, there are so many girls just putting out solo podcasts. You can do it too. You literally were doing it before. You just let self-doubt take over and did not, continue with the journey. And so here I am, getting back to what I like to do most, just talking by myself. And yeah, I'm not saying Montez will never be on the podcast anymore. Obviously I want him to be on as much as he wants to be on, but I think it's just because we already work together in our actual jobs, and this is something extra that I do. And so I just want to figure out how to just create boundaries around us and work, and that way too I can have something that's really just mine, just how he's doing this stuff, all his art and stuff. So I think it's just been empowering to just be making the stuff that's just me, and not feeling like I have to be dependent on somebody else. Now, I say all that to say Montez is helping me today help with the podcast. He's helping more on the behind the scenes side, with setting up the cameras and everything, which I'm very grateful for him doing today. But as far as recording with me, I'm happy to do that alone. But I did want to give him a shout out because he did set up everything that you see here today if you're watching on YouTube. But I'm recording on the computer. I did that. So that's my one little, well, Montez is suggesting otherwise. No. You just said,
I didn't.
Oh, okay. Montez also provided my beverage today. It is a mango strawberry smoothie mezcal drink, very delicious, with chili lime seasoning, the tahini, fire. Very yummy. So Montez is being very helpful today. While I gave the whole spiel about wanting to be independent, he's helping me a lot today. So yeah, that is that. And I really just wanted to get into life updates. So this year has been a lot of change. There has been a lot of change this year. So we moved to Oakland, California, and that has been a huge adjustment. Obviously, things are way more expensive here than where we were previously in Oakland. Just to give you a reference, we were paying $800, $850 in rent in Nashville. I don't think rent is that cheap anymore in Nashville, but now we're paying not that. So it's just been a huge adjustment financially, adjusting to this life, but I'm grateful. It will be determined to see if we live here again next year, especially with inflation and everything. I think it's just a crazy time to move to California, and I'm trying not to stress about it too much because I really love being here. The weather is insanely beautiful. I've never made friends this easily anywhere else. The people I'm meeting are so cool and so kind, and I think it's because a lot of people aren't from here, versus Nashville or Atlanta. A lot of people, well, maybe not Atlanta, but Nashville, a lot of people are kind of from there, and so everybody kind of has their friends, their cliques already, versus like here literally nobody is from here. We're all kind of meeting and like really wanting to make friends. Like there's so many people who really want to make friends, which is really fun and exciting as somebody who kind of struggles in that arena. Like I haven't really had an easy time making friends growing up, but something that I was saying for myself is like I really want to make great connections this year and like really build a community, and I feel like moving here has like allowed me to do that in a major way, which I'm just so happy about. Overall, it's just been a huge adjustment, a lot of good. I'm not gonna say like bad, it's just like a lot of different, but we really love it. Since I've been here, I've gotten into Pilates very heavily. If you follow me on Instagram, I'm sure you have seen my daily Pilates stories. I ended up just getting the unlimited membership where you can go once a day, because I am the type of person that like if I don't do something every day, just because I don't really have a habit of working out, like you will not see me. And it is very expensive, but the price is what makes me go. Just knowing that I've made that financial commitment makes me get my butt up every morning and go. But I also just really like it. Like Pilates is super tough, but I feel so good after each class. And now they have these like combo classes that are like 25 minutes of spin, 25 minutes of Pilates, and those have been amazing. And they say like because your heart rate is up from the Pilates, from the spin class, that it ends up making your 25-minute Pilates class like equivalent to a 45-minute Pilates class because of the heart rate zone that you're in, which is really cool. But I'm so sweaty. I get so sweaty in the Pilates portion, and so I just end up like toweling off the whole class because I get so super sweaty in spin. But I really like spin. At first I didn't, because my butt just hurt so badly on the seat. Like I was in so much pain, like I was so sore, and I'm saying butt, but it was really another area. I was so sore in that area for days. Like it was so uncomfortable. Today was my 4th class, and I would say now it doesn't hurt as bad. Like I don't feel that soreness. It's still uncomfortable, like it doesn't feel super comfy, but it was not as bad and was a lot more tolerable. I asked people on Instagram like what was their experience like with spin, and like if they had any recommendations for making the seat hurt less. Literally everyone was like, just keep going and it'll subside. And so they were right. People also suggested like buying these padded shorts, but I was really nervous to buy anything with like a pad because my butt is already so big. I don't want to be bringing any extra attention to it. And so I'm like, is this pad visible? Like, can you see it? Because I don't know, I was just kind of turned off to the fact of like wearing something like a padded thing in my butt. I was like, I don't know about that. And then people also said like buying a wider seat. And so I still may do that. And you can just put it on and like take it off in the classes. So yeah, I think if I keep going, I might do that. But for right now, I'm just happy with the fact that like the pain is subsiding now that I've gotten past, I guess, a few classes. The number one question that I've been getting regarding me in Pilates is like, are you seeing any changes in your body? Are you losing weight? And I think the answer to that is no. Well, not I think, I know for sure. The answer to that is no. I haven't lost any weight. I've been doing Pilates since May. So I'm in my 3rd month now. Pilates is not going to make you lose weight. Pilates is going to help you lengthen and tone. Cardio is like what's going to make you lose weight. And so I'm just now kind of introducing cardio into my workout routine. So maybe after that, I'll see some changes in my body. I'm also like, Pilates was like kind of the only fitness thing I was doing. I was still kind of eating my normal diet and like really doing whatever I want. Like Pilates was just like the main thing I was doing, and I wasn't doing any other workouts. And so I think like that alone, like you wouldn't really see any changes in your body, but like that really wasn't the whole reason I was doing it. The reason that I got really obsessed with Pilates was because I really liked the way I felt after the classes. Like I work from home, so I really don't see people that often in the day unless I decide to go outside. And like some days I was staying inside literally all day, like never went outside. And so like having something that really gets me out the house, because I have a gym in my apartment, so like I was going to the gym in my apartment and I just would never leave. And so like having to physically go drive to a class or like walk to a class and seeing other people, like that has been a game changer. And I just feel really good. I haven't noticed any physical changes, but I have noticed like differences in my posture. I feel like I sit up taller. I didn't realize like my pelvic floor, like I was constantly like kind of arching my back in a way, and now like I tuck my pelvic floor in, when I walk, like sometimes, and it made me more cognizant of it too, because like it'll be something they call out in class, and I'm like, wow, like I really kind of have my back arched literally all the time. And so like being more cognizant of that, also like realizing like I was squeezing my butt a lot, like while like just throughout the day, so like relaxing my pelvic floor, just things that I just literally did not know. So it's just like giving me more awareness of my body. And I'm also learning a lot about my body too. Like in one of the last classes, she was saying like keep doing this move because it takes really a lot to kind of burn out the glute. And I was like, oh, I didn't know that. And maybe she was lying, but it made me go harder in my workout, because I'm like, oh, I need to really burn out this muscle because I need to, you know, burn it out. Like it takes a lot versus like normally I would have quit before, because I'm like, as soon as like I literally shake so much, like it is so hard. But yeah, I really am enjoying it. I'm even like considering maybe getting like certified to like teach, because I don't see that many Black people teaching these classes, and like a lot of times I'm the only Black girl, definitely the only plus size girl in my class. And so I don't know, I've been thinking about taking a teacher training or something, but it's really expensive. If I come up with the funds to take it, then maybe, but for right now, I don't know. But I don't want to let like scarcity mindset like hinder me. Like if I really want to do it, I know that it'll happen. But yeah, that is all things Pilates. Today's class was really special for me. So it was one of the combo classes, half spin, half Pilates. And during the spin portion, I don't know what made me do it, but I just started like saying all these affirmations to myself, because I started like I could see that I was getting a little bit slower in my pace, and so my number was dwindling a little bit, because they have a screen where you can see like how well you're doing in the class, and so mine was getting a little bit lower. And I just started saying all these affirmations to myself, like, you're that girl, like look at you, like, you know, this was not you last year, you're in your fitness girl era. I was just saying like all of this great, like all these like really encouraging things to myself, and it just kind of turned my whole mindset around in a way that in past workouts I just wouldn't. Like I would kind of like beat myself up, especially in these like spin classes, because like I'm literally in there with like this, like I'm in there with the Bella Hadids, the Gigi Hadid, like these girls are so skinny and like model-esque, and it can be really intimidating being in there with them. But I don't know, I just tapped in and was like, you know, you are supposed to be here just like these other girls, and you're doing something for yourself, you know, like this is for you, this time is for you. There's this sound that's trending on TikTok right now that I love, and it's Tabitha Brown, and she was like, you never had a you era, like this era needs to be for you. Or no, not a you era, you never had a you season, like a season that was all focused on you. And that's really what going to Pilates every day has also been for me. Like I am investing in myself. Like yes, it's expensive. I'm not gonna lie, that it's expensive to go to these classes, but it's me investing in myself and my well-being, and I feel really good. I hate that it has to come with a monetary thing, and I'm definitely not encouraging you to spend the amount of money that I'm spending on Pilates. I just want to be honest with y'all that it is expensive, but it's just really nice to know that like, I'm not giving my time away to somebody else. Like for this 1 hour, like I'm focusing on myself, especially like being someone, I feel like a woman, especially a Black woman, like it's like almost expected that you would just be giving away so much of yourself. And I'm grateful that I'm in a relationship with a man that doesn't need me to be taking care of him. Like I know a lot of men require in relationships, like we both really allow ourselves to have independence. Like I'm like, he'll even kind of push back sometimes, like when I like want to make him food or like whatever. Like I actually really love doing that, but he's like, dude, you do not have to do that, like it is okay. So I am very grateful to be with the person that I'm with, because I feel like if I was with somebody else, like maybe I wouldn't be able to have all this autonomy to like just be prioritizing myself. I'm also grateful I don't have kids right now, because I know that will require a lot of me as well. Like I wouldn't be able to do all of this. Maybe I would, I don't know, but I think I will be having to give away another part of myself. And so it's just been really nice to have my youth season and really prioritize myself and focus on myself for once, because it definitely was not like this previously. I'm the oldest of 8. I don't know if I've talked about that before, but I'm the oldest of 8 kids, and so the youngest kid when I was in the house was a baby, so I've always kind of had to take care of children and like other people, and so in my adulthood, like that's been really the way I've reclaimed myself and like my own time, and like really my childhood in a way too, like just doing whatever I want to do and just having a good time while I'm doing it. I want to get back to doing that segment where I was talking about like things that I'm fostering, a play on my last name. And so this week, something I'm fostering is less screen time. I'm probably not using that word right, but my goal this week is less screen time. And so like more reading books, more going to the beach. Like I live so close to the beach. So I'm like, I really want to be going to the beach more, reading books more, just things that kind of get me away from my screen. Yeah, so I'm fostering less screen time. Please let me know what you're fostering this week. I'm very happy to be back doing the podcast. I hope you guys are as well. And if this is your first time listening, I'm so happy to have you here along on this journey. Thank you so much for listening. I'll talk to you soon.